Not getting an image. There we go. Okay, we are live. This is the Nintendo Switch Shmup Showcase. We will be going over a variety of shmups. I will be making recommendations for people new to the genre. I will be doing reviews, and if you see a shmup on my Switch that's on your wish list, please say something and I will gladly play and review it for you. Let's go full screen. Alright, let's get started. My microphone cord is in the way. Alright, so when people mention that they want to take a look at shmups, I usually point them towards the Capcom Arcade Stadium, mostly because these games are dirt cheap. Like, each one's $2, and if you buy them as a bundle or as the full arcade, they're even cheaper. There's also a lot of dumb games on here that I want to play, but I'm going to go over several of them. Oh good, I don't have chat. Oh, YouTube, you are so much fun. Turn off full screen. Pop out the chat. Got it. Take the chat URL. You have to do this every time. Custom browser dock. Alright, there we go. Yeah, fucked up again. No, it's not this hard to stream on Twitch. I don't know why YouTube makes it so complicated. Alright, let's get started. This is Capcom Arcade Stadium. You see they have a really nice arcade interface. You think about collections like the PS1 Classic, that little machine, and how bare bones and shitty the presentation was. It looks like a memory card menu. It's so cheap and lazy. And you look at this gorgeous interface. It's like a full-fledged arcade. There's people's high scores in the background. There's lights, there's music, there's chairs. It's like, this is so much better. Alright, so Capcom Arcade Stadium is technically free. But you can download it. You'll get 1943 for free. Now this isn't... If I wanted to get people into shmups, I would not use this game. I don't know why it doesn't save it. It saves the screen settings, but not the difficulty settings. This is the most... Besides Gradius and R-Type, which aren't really predecessors to modern shmups, this is much closer to what a modern shmup is. Even though this is still... 1987, this is 35 years old? Yeah, that is old as balls. And the worst part is when you start this, you don't know what the buttons are. And I keep forgetting there's a dodge button. So, super basic. You gotta get the spread shot. This makes the game so much easier. Super basic graphics. Look, there's nothing going on in the background. Pretty basic enemy patterns. I can never take down these big ships. Ah, shit. I wanted the spread shot there. But this is a free game you get when you download Capcom Arcade Stadium, so you can't really complain. And if you don't get any... I guess I couldn't blame you if you didn't get any interest out of this game. But this is a good test to see if you want to get into shmups. This is super basic, so I don't know. This is not the best test. But this is like, if you're into retro games, then like Capcom Arcade Stadium, you absolutely want to get. And the thing is, these are the arcade ports of these games, because there's also like Ghosts and Goblins and stuff. These are not the home console ports, and there's sometimes huge differences. Eh, shit, I wanted the spread there. See, the boats don't sink in here, and this is something I complain about, where you can't affect the ground. Like, stuff in the background. It's like, if you want to make the game immersive. Like, this is also kind of, I wouldn't say revolutionary, but it's a step in the right direction. Because in, like, Gradius and R-Type, which is the big ones that came out before this, and there's a bunch of Gradius and Gradius spin-off games. Yeah. See how the boat deals with a wave. Alright, so I probably completed the mission there. But like Gradius and R-Type, they use a checkpoint system, so when you die, you get pushed back. And sometimes can be pushed back really far into the level. But in this, you have health, so when you get hit, you just stay where you are. And I think that's a much better system. And like, but modern shmups don't do that. There's no real difference between a health system and a life system. Because in modern shmups, you die, and you just spawn immediately where you died after a few seconds, and you get a few frames. You think there's a lot of input lag on the Switch? I think Electric Underground tested it, and he said there's generally 2 extra frames of lag on any Switch. Oh, I wanted the spread there. Shotgun's okay here, I guess. But he said there's generally 2 extra frames of lag on a Switch game. Which, if you go from 2 to 4, that's not horrendous. But if you go from like 4 to 6, it can be quite punishing. And it's like, this isn't like a Twitch shmup where you need super awesome like input fidelity. Like, you can generally survive a game, like, unless you get to like the higher levels where you're dodging everything left and right. The worst part is there's Psycho games which are incredibly well made. They got great visuals, great music, cool characters, cool themes. And it's like, those are the games I would recommend to someone that wants to get into shmups. But the input lag is so bad on them, you can't recommend them to people, because they'll get they'll think they suck at the game, but it's the input lag, and it'll like turn them off. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna die here. Need a fuel really bad. Give me that. Don't crash into me. And it's so like City Connection. They haven't stopped making shitty ports, because they made all those shitty Saturn ports recently. I forget the name of the tank ones, but they did all the Saturn ports. Ah, shit. They did all the Saturn ports of the Cotton games, and those are all terrible. And it's like, stop giving City Connection ports. They just ruin them. Like, you need like M2 or Hamster to port these games. Alright, now if you want to get into shmups but you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a solid one. This is kind of, I'm pretty sure this is like a reboot of the first 1904X game. And there's also one called 1943 Kai, which is actually coming out in the next... There's Arcade Stadium 2's coming out the 21st. I didn't even know this was here. It's coming out January 21st. There's only like 4 or 5 shmups in it out of like 30 games. And the only good one is, crap. Pretty sure it was a Super Nintendo game. I can actually check. So if anyone's shopping looking for the next shmup, there are several coming out July 21st. Look how shitty the shop is. Like, this is like the least stable shop I've ever been in, like, online. It is because it's like, this is where people are dumping their money. Make this as stable and well designed as possible. Like, Nintendo has such a bad track record for their, like, online infrastructure. Like, you look at Nintendo Online and how bad it is. It's like trying to get your friends into a game you're playing, and it's just atrocious. And, like, the shop crashes all the time. Alright, so Capcom Arcade Stadium, second stadium, is coming out, yeah, 21st, like I said. There's some cool games coming out, but like Savage Bees, I wouldn't... And I'm pretty sure Sidearms is a shmup. I think it's the... That one's okay. I have this on the Vita. It's pretty average. I'm looking for the one I couldn't think of the name of. There's 1943 Kai. I'm very confident that's a reboot of 1943. I think Last Duel is the racing shmup. Looks like it. Yeah, that's the racing shmup. It's a cool idea, but it's not very good. I think LED Storm's just it's the normal racer. Now, Three Wonders is 3 games in one, and there's actually a decent shmup in there called Chariot. King of Dragons is an excellent beat-em-up if people are interested in those games. Saturday Night Slime Masters, this game's, like, the controls aren't great. It's hard to get into, but it's like it's an arcade wrestling game. Alright, so this is the one I was thinking, Echo Fighters, or Echo Fighters, I don't know which one it is. This is a really good shmup. It's gonna be $4. I think Capcom realized it's like, we can charge more than $2 for a game and people will buy it. And they got the Darkstalkers games coming out. It's like, I don't know who is buying that Capcom fighting bundle where 5 of the games are Darkstalkers. It's like, who came up with that? We gotta get all 5 in there. People are gonna get mad. I'm getting this, is this Puzzle Fighters or Gem Fighters? Not that one. I'm getting these Mega Man games. These are Mega Man Boss Rush games. They're kind of like a fighting game. They're a lot of fun. Gem Fighter. This one, if you're new to fighting games, or you're like trying to get your girlfriend or boyfriend into video games or fighting games, let them play this. This game is cute and goofy, and it's like a 3-button fighter, so they don't have to learn like complicated combos and stuff. Like I said, like really cute. It's all chibi fighters. It has a bunch of people from, I think, like 3 different franchises. I wish... Oh, here we go. Here's a roster. Alright, so... Okay, it's just Darkstalkers and Street Fighter, I think, but it's like... It's a fun little fighting game. I'm definitely getting it when it comes out. It's only $4 too. Street Fighter Alpha 3 for $4. That is an excellent deal. So yeah, that Echo Fighters was the one I was thinking of that I might... Well, I got it on Vita, so I don't like really need it on the Switch. So 1941 Counterattack is... It's pretty solid. It's definitely better than 1943. Yes, start the damn game. Oh my god. But like, this is $2. If you want like just a classic good shmup, like this is it. This is the game. Taking hits trying to... I can't see the bullets coming off the boats and inside my own bullets. I think that's the one. No. I can never tell... The weapon icons are so weird, I can never tell what weapon I'm gonna get when I pick up the icon. It's like, I think more modern shmups, they use letters. I know Aleste does that, and it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to tell what you're gonna pick up. And like, that's an interesting aspect of game design is, what do you make power... I think that's the laser. What the fuck? I think it might have changed. Now, I think if you don't blow up this crane here, the boat drops into the water. That's an interesting little fold in the gameplay, I think. Doing a lot better than the last time I streamed. Probably because I turned the difficulty down. I think it's also important, especially when you're new, is like, turn the difficulty down, learn the game on a smaller difficulty, and then if you can 1cc it, bump up the difficulty, and then bam, you have more content now. It's like, don't start at a super high difficulty, work your way up. That's not the laser, that's what I have now, yeah. Now, I like that you can hit the walls. I frickin' hate shmups where you can't touch the walls. That drives me crazy. And I think if you're like a beginner, get a shmup where you can touch the walls. It's just more forgiving. You'll die a lot less. I feel like I'm gonna die right now. I want to get those lasers, but I can't. There. Oh, we're dancing on the edge. But yeah, this is a don't take my skill level as an indictment if you should get the game or not. Because it's like I have a little lag from OBS and I have to talk while playing. Now I'm not going to play Carrier Airwing because I don't think this is a good... It's a fine shmup, but it's not one I would recommend to people getting into shmups. If you get, you know, like knee deep into the genre and you want more games but don't have the money to spend, then Carrier Airwing's alright. Now Varth, now this is a good $2. Just most of these Capcom arcade shmups, these are like the best $2 you'll ever spend. Yeah. And I love this little quarter noise. That's so... Because it's like... There's kids like alive today that are never going to know that noise of putting a quarter into the arcade cabinet. And that's kind of sad. That's like just a lost part of video game culture. And I definitely think it is a culture. There's so much... It's so deep. It's its own art, and there's a lot to it besides just video games. Like, you look at the controversy around even something like Cyberpunk, and I think they had the genital modifier. That's a whole nother story. That's beyond the scope of this showcase. Now, this is an option. An option, you'll hear me say this a few times, it's a little tiny ship that flies with you and it helps you. Now, I set these to automatic, so they kind of spin around me and block bullets, which is super helpful. And you think it would make the game too easy, but it doesn't. So just use a bomb here. You don't have to dance with the boss. And you also notice this has a lot more detail than the first two games I showed you. Like, all that detail on the ground, like the waves lapping against the buildings, the cracks in the concrete. Just these, this is like, you can tell effort was put into it. And it's like, when this came out, this was probably like a AAA game at the time. It's crazy, because it's like, I was alive when stuff like this was a AAA game. And that's just, it's wild to think about when you look at something like Elden Ring now. Oh, there's a secret over here. All these little flags are worth points. Now, the bombs are rechargeable in this, so you just kind of want to use them. Don't just sit on them. We're doing good so far. Now, I think this... Okay, I got a napalm option now. I don't really know what that does different. That's a weird thing in shmups where... Okay, I finally grabbed that thing. I didn't even know if that was a missile or a power-up. A weird thing in shmups is you'll change your weapon And, oh, well, it just kind of flew into that. And you don't know, like, really what the difference is between that and your old weapon. And part of it is, like, learning the difference. And another thing, I think as you get older, simpler games like this have a lot more appeal. Because when you pop in a game like Elden Ring, and I'm not saying it's a bad game at all, it's a beautifully made, excellent game that's earned its popularity, but it is like a huge mental task to prepare yourself. It's like, I gotta remember all these controls, I gotta remember where I was, I gotta remember how not to be shit at the game. Oh my god! This is one thing I hate about shmups, is trying to pick up the damn power-up so you don't die, but you're dying trying to pick up the power-up. There's only one game I've ever seen fix that, and it's Anger Force. And Anger Force, which I would totally recommend for people new to the genre, you just hold the slowdown button, which no game has that either, where you have a trigger to slow your ship down so you can weave through difficult patterns. But when you do it, it pulls all the stuff on screen, all the power-ups towards you. What a great idea! No other game does that except, there's a game on Vita where if you stop firing, it pulls power-ups towards you. It's called, like, Fast Striker or something. I think it's by, East Asia Soft. It's like a decent little shooter. I didn't even know it existed on the Vita forever. It just totally flies under the radar. Damn, I got a lot of bombs. How'd I get 5 bombs? I want to move a lot. If you learn anything from playing this, is when you play a shmup, don't just sit in the middle of the screen. Move your butt. It's like boxing. You don't want to just plant your feet. You always want to be moving. I guess I could give some tips for people, because this stream's kind of designed for people new. So, practice a lot. I don't know what this is. It's probably just normal bullets. I think I'm at full power anyways. No, I think I just got a wider spread from that. Also, when you have a spread shot like this, if you sit in the back, your bullets cover so much of the screen. Oh. And I keep wanting B to be the bomb. That would make way more sense. Because when I'm holding this controller... Okay, my ship disappeared on OBS. Which is one of the problems of streaming. If your shit ever flashes, it'll like weave between the refresh rate and you won't be able to see what the hell's happening. Alright, so those are different options. There's some weird buzzing in my headphones. I think it's the game. Damn, I was getting lit up. I was doing okay there. But yeah, that's a solid little $2 game if you want to get into shmups. Absolutely get Varth. What a weird name. I think it'll tell me 1992? Come on! Shit. I think it's 1992. And I think that's also an interesting thing if you're brand new or if you're a student of video games like I am. I'm like a like that Rad Thibodeau. I'm a self-proclaimed genius. I'm a self-proclaimed student of video games. You always check the year and actually give you a good hint about what the gameplay is going to be like. Like 92, that's post Gradius, post 1943, post R-Type. So it's going to be doing stuff different than those older games. Now 19XX, this is 1996. So this is like when Cave showed up on the scene. And I like to think that Capcom was pumping out a lot of games. They're pumping out a lot of shmups, a lot of fighters, and a lot of beat 'em ups. And I think Cave like started making shmups, and Capcom's like, okay, we're not gonna make anything as good as that, so let's just quit. And they quit. And they started making like Resident Evil and shit. I don't think I've ever even gotten to rank 10. You have to get like medals. You have to have like a perfect no miss to get medals and rank up. Now this is 1996. So this is something that's in the newer games. You get to pick the ship you want. Going full power. The Mosquito known for its insane power. Why isn't the fast one called the Mosquito? Now, if you hold B, you get like a power shot. And so this is when like different shots start showing up. Well, this is 1996, so that's way after that. I want the blue. But in like in Gradius and R-Type, you get different shots, but you're just upgrading the shot you have. So you're not technically getting different shots. You're just getting the next logical shot. This is, you can choose different shots for the task at hand. Like after this, I'm going to want the penetrating laser because it's really good against boats. Because boats are long and skinny. I think I just wrecked this. Like this doesn't feel entirely different from like a 1992 game. I like the pieces break off. That's like really immersive, like good feedback. It's like you're taking out chunks. So it's like if I take this out, it can't deploy. And that's like some bullet hell action there with that spray. I like the music too. But yeah, I'm just sitting here feeding it bullets. Not much going on. What hit? I don't know what hit me there. Oh good, I was 1 second from killing it. I'm so glad I died there for no reason. Little cool graphic at the end. Shot down accuracy. I swear if you get like a 90, you only get 3 stars, which is kind of bullshit. The whole rank system's based on like the top 10%. And so now we're going after boats, so it's like you kind of want the piercing shot here. Yeah, just take out the whole boat at once. Do I need these medals? I have no idea. Your extends, which in a shmup, your extends is you meet certain conditions to get extra life. It's usually score, but in this game specifically, it's your shoot down rate, which is what percent of the planes you take out. I love the boat sink. That's such good feedback. Now, I'm saying feedback. Feedback is like the sounds and explosions and how the game reacts to you doing stuff, basically. And you want, like, good feedback. Like, that's one of the best reasons to play shmups. Is it's like all the shit exploding. Ooh, boy. Get up here. I feel like that gun's still gonna shoot at me. Now, there's generally a rule, and it's not in all shmups, but it's in the better design ones. When a gun or a ship gets close enough to the bottom edge of the screen, it's supposed to stop shooting at you. But it's like I've played games where it's like they're literally shooting at me from off screen. Alright. Fuck you in particular. And just flies away. And I love this. It's like most shmups don't do this, where there's like one tiny, difficult enemy you have to deal with, and you actually have to aim and hit it. Most shmups, the mid-boss is just a big dude. And it's like, I'd like to see more tiny enemies that take skill to hit. Because I think like one of the big problems of modern shmups is it's the whole gameplay is not based around hitting. It's not about accuracy at all. It's about dodging. Like, oh, I thought I could go right there. The shadow of the ship was blending into the side of the screen, and I thought I could keep moving. So, okay, that's why I was just sitting in the corner like an idiot. So it's like I'm just feeding it bombs because it's like if I'm gonna die, I might as well use the bombs anyway. So this is kind of more modern gameplay with these bullet patterns. This is definitely something you'd see in like post 96 shmups. Yeah, okay, so that was completely my fault, and I absolutely don't want this gun. And then the boat sinks, which is really cool. Very satisfying. It's like, I did that. Get a little water. I got a tiny glass of water on my desk in case the aliens from Signs attack me while I'm live streaming. I'll just throw the water in their face. See, I only get to rank 8, so it's like I don't think I usually survive this next level. And just as a word to new players, these are all arcade ports. These are the exact game that was in the arcade in 1996. And sometimes that's really good. Generally, the arcade version will have better graphics and sound just because it had a lot more stronger hardware, more powerful hardware. So most of the time the arcade version is superior. But if a game was basically born in the arcades, that means it's really hard and not really designed to be beaten with one continue. Now, I should definitely bring this up for new shmuppers. A lot of people not in the community, there's a community of people that just play shmups. They'll get a new shmup, something cool like Crimson Clover or something, and they'll just, when they die, they'll just take a continue and keep playing, and they'll play the game for 45 minutes, an hour. It's like, oh, that was interesting, then they never play it again. It's like, that's not the objective in a shmup. Your objective is to beat the game without using continues. And that, not only will that massively extend your playtime, but it makes you have to play better. You can't, it's called credit feeding when you just, whoa! Where did that come from? When you just keep popping in continues. It's like you're not getting the full breadth of the game. You're not understanding why it's so popular or why it's well made. So generally, it's also, and don't take that as gospel. It's if you want to just feed credits and see the last level, it's go for it. It's your game. Play the way you want. But if you want to get longevity and understand why this genre and why these games are so beloved, it's you want to, it's called 1cc, where you don't use any credits. And I don't know why it's called 1cc, because it sounds like you're allowed to use one continue, but the idea is to use 0 cc's. So I don't know why it's called 1cc. Oh shit, I don't think I ever got this far. The spread is definitely good on this level. I'm hitting stuff. It's a lot of times the good gun is the one that lets you hit stuff without standing directly in front of them. That laser shot and the blue shot, you have to be directly in front of the enemy to kill them, but with the spread, I can hit them at an angle, and so I can keep clearing the screen of enemies without having to stand still to hit them. Whoa, that's a lot of missiles. Stop shooting missiles at me. Alright. I couldn't risk it. That thing was shooting so much shit at me. And I love the mellow music in this game. Like, this definitely feels like something made in, like, 1992. But it's, like, it's still good. It's still well made. Oh, boy, we gotta fight the Tonka truck here. Oh, boy. I don't know if I'm gonna get out of this. These patterns are a lot. Whoa, buddy! I know, I'm doing it. Oh, who wouldn't stop shooting? So, yeah, that's 19XX, 1996. That's not what it stands for, that's the year it came out. $2. Great game. Now, Giga Wing, I think, is the best $2 you will ever spend. This game is excellent. And the reason, like I said, I play on easy difficulty because I want to beat it on easy difficulty and then have the joy of getting better at the game. You don't have to start on hard. You want to learn the game steadily, not have the game throw a brick at you, which is what it can feel like playing some of this. Hold on. I wanted to see what year this came out. I bet it's like 98 or 2000. Just based on... 99, huh? It was really close. Just based on the game design, I could tell. I'm gonna assume it saved my specs. Modern game. This is very bullet hell style planes. And as I've come to understand it, this guy is the beast. Now, this is a Capcom game, so why should be the attack? It has like a little story. I've never really cared for stories in shmups. It's like no one's playing for the story. You play something like Rolling Gunner or Eschatos. No one knows the story. I don't even think Eschatos has a story. So his bombs are like a bit weak now, but by the time the shot's fully powered up, the bombs just annihilate the screen. And it's a ton of fun. Now you see me moving a lot? That was like a suicide bullet. That was horseshit. Now you get this cool reflect mechanic when you hold B, which I think is the coolest aspect of the game. I'll do it again. Yeah, you didn't like that, now did ya? It's like you got a cool background too. It's creative. It's not spaceship military plane. It's something different. Bruh. I don't know how I got hit there. It was like timed perfectly where my bullets nor my bombs hit them before I crashed into them. It's one bullet on screen and I will find it and crash into it. And also, like when you're shopping for shmups, say that 5 times fast. You don't want to just pick like the easiest looking one. And there's like not that many easy ones either. Shit, that came out of nowhere. I have the reflect to them. It doesn't even occur to me that the reflect's there. I get so wrapped up in the gameplay. And see it, there's one bullet on screen, I almost flew right into it. See these bombs just doing work though? These aren't even their final form. Like, this is nothing right now. And I have bombs too, I'm not even using them. See, now they're just, these things are like weapons of mass destruction. They're wiping out everything. And like I said, you don't have to be in front of the target to hit it. And so I think if you're like a beginner, don't worry too much about what weapon you pick. Just go wide and move a lot. And you'll get farther. Like the wide shot's not the right shot for every situation, but I feel like it gives you more range of movement while still being able to do damage. See, I don't know what angle it's gonna shoot at. And it takes a second. Here we go. Son of a bitch. Alright, I did terrible. Don't let my terrible gameplay dissuade you from getting Giga Wing. It is an excellent game, and it's $2. He doesn't have $2. I want to know what year this one came out. This is very Capcom, where they make basically like 8 versions of the same game that are like slightly better. Like, look at Street Fighter. You got Street Fighter 2, and there's like 6 versions of Street Fighter 2. There's like Hyper Tournament, there's Hyper Turbo, Super, World Edition, and then there's the Alpha series, which is very different from Street Fighter 2, but it's still like the same game with the same moves. What the fuck? Why did it exit out of the game? $2,000. This does not feel like a 2000 game. This, like I said, Capcom got out when Cave got in. But it's like, this is what Capcom was putting out when Cave was like putting out Masterpiece. I think this is like a year before Ikaruga, which I hate that game, but it is a beloved game. It's like, how crazy. This is like a year before Ikaruga came out, and this still looks like something that was made in 1992. And look how hard it is to pick up that power up. It doesn't come anywhere near me. This is, I think this is a solid shmup, but again, this is not something I would recommend to newbies. I mean, it's okay. You could do worse than this. It's like, I want more people playing shmups and talking about shmups, because it's like, you create an audience for it. More developers are gonna make more shmups. Yeah, there we go. Okay, B is the charge, then A must be the bomb. Now, for some reason, these boats aren't enemies. So you gotta fight 2 boats here. I'm just gonna drop a bomb now. Did that hit them? I have no idea. So let's do the charge. It's a lot of shmups experiment with the charge shot, and I don't think this one does it right, just because the charge takes forever to charge up. It'll let you evade shots, but you're charging so long that it's not helpful in evading shots, really. And I'm thinking what other games, and it takes a while for you to get access to it again, and I swear there's another one where the super takes forever. Like, it charges up, but it takes so... Okay, don't let them get to Normandy. Look, there's a guy... I like this little... Shit. There's this guy here. Like, gets up and he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. There. It's like, I guess this one's okay. Now, these are going to be the options. And what's cool about this game is your options can get shot down. And I think this is like the only game where that happens. And I like when you can destroy the buildings. I think that's really cool and immersive. It's like people want to destroy stuff in video games. I actually have a lot of trouble with this guy because he just keeps respawning guns after you destroy them. So like I said, don't wait to die in a boss fight. Just start feeding it bombs. It's like, fuck that guy in particular. Yeah, you can do worse than 1944. I don't know how we're on stage 3. Was there our first level boss? The graphics are kind of cute. This feels like, I don't think the Psycho games came out long after this one. This is still relying on pixel art. But it's like really good pixel art. It almost looks 3D. It's so well animated. It's really interesting watching not just the technology evolve, but the techniques evolve also. Especially when you look at stuff like Donkey Kong Country. Like, those games don't look great now, and they don't look great if you didn't grow up playing them. But, like, holy shit, when we first saw them, it's like, oh my god, 3D gaming is finally here. It'll never be better than this. See, I can't pick up the stupid power-up because I'm too busy dealing with everything else. I don't know why the power-up doesn't... It's like, I can understand if it's a weapon change, you might not necessarily want it to approach you. But if it's just a standard power-up, it's like, get over here. I don't know. It's such a weird decision, gameplay decision. Yeah, see, I just got hit coming in to grab that. And I died. If you have health in a game, you don't get lives. That's the unwritten rule. Not a bad game at all. And then probably the second best game. This is a cave game. It was 2001, I want to say. Now this is a good game, but it's not easy to recommend to new people just because it's really hard. ...2001, I was right. Okay, so this is a cave game, and I was like blown away when I found it. It's like I knew about Capcom Arcade Stadium, but I wasn't always into shmups, so I didn't really pay attention to the shmups, and I was blown away when I found, like, it says Capcom, but they're the publisher. They didn't develop this. Let's go full frontal. And Cave, like, literally could have sold this. If I feel like Capcom has the rights to it, which is why they didn't, but Cave could have just sold this for $20 as a separate game, and people would have went for it. I guarantee it. Because you look at, like, Dodon Panchi, Mushi Hime-sama, Esp-Galuda, Death Smiles. Death Smiles is a cave game, right? I'll check after this. Doing better than usual. And but like I said, you can tell immediately that this is not a Capcom game. This is a cave game. Probably should have moved. There's like a fine line between taking the concentrated shots. You know, at least the power-ups come back. So, what's interesting with, I think most cave games do this, is the concentrated shot, if you tap it, you have the normal shot. If you hold it down, it becomes concentrated. And this is actually better than bouncing from button to button, I learned. Because I have Don Panchi and Dodon Panchi. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. On my Vita, they're excellent games, but I noticed if I just use the one-button controls. Just bomb this. This boss fight is so dangerous. Like, look how fast that thing shoots bullets at you. I was looking at the boss, I wasn't even looking at myself. There. Just, you don't want to dance with that boss. It is so dangerous. Yeah, this is Cave. This is like... definitely wouldn't say it's the first bullet hell. I think like Don Pachi. Dodon Pachi. I don't know why I'm calling it Pachi. It was like the first bullet hell. Just Don Pachi. Came out in like 96, I want to say. It's on PlayStation 1. See, like, that's a lot of fucking bullets to deal with. That's why I don't recommend... Like, this is an excellent game, but, like, people starting, this is probably not your best first game. So that's... Capcom Arcade Stadium is definitely where I would start. But let's look at some other games. So, when I recommend shmups, I always have price in mind. So, let's look at what we're dealing with. No shmups down here. So we want something really cheap. Let's look at Shikondo. Now if you want to get... This regularly goes on sale for like $3. And it's very well made. There's a lot of modes. Some people might not like the aesthetic. The aesthetic's quite weird. And it won't be readily apparent why it's weird. But when we get to the boss fight, you're like, oh yeah, this game's really fucking weird. Now what's cool is a lot of bullet hells do this now. So you have the normal arcade mode, you got boss rush mode. Those are great. You got novice mode, and that's what you want to look for. I guess you wouldn't know shopping on the eShop, but she kind of has novice mode. And I still haven't 1cc'd it, but I feel like I got close last night. Got 2 pilots to choose from. Now these controls are a little different. They're not like cave controls. Well, it's the same idea where you have your fast auto shot and then a concentrated shot. The music's alright. I like the boss music a lot. I was pleasantly surprised with this game. So B is your normal auto shot. A plus B is a concentrated shot that slows you down so you can weave through dense bullet patterns. Now this is novice easy, so it's not gonna blow you away. Now, what you want to do in this game, which this comes up in a lot of shmups, like Sarvari Delta and Danmaku Unlimited 3, is you want to graze bullets. You want to get really close to the bullets, and it's going to like power up. I think it's called like a soul shot in this game. It's something different in every game. But it basically powers you up for super bullets. So when you're doing the concentrated shot and you get really close to bullets, you can see there's a dial at like the 2 o'clock position around me. Now that's steadily going to fill all the way up until it surrounds me. And then I'll be able to do soul shot. I got hit and I don't know what hit me. So one thing I would love to see implemented in future shmups is a kill cam when you die, so you know what hit you, because I swear half the time I have no idea how I died. It's like really peaceful. Feels kind of like a Japanese restaurant. And I don't feel like that's racist, because this is definitely something that would be at like China Buffet playing. Now this is where, oh, it's like a cute character, right? Like someone would probably make weird art of her. Just wait. I would say she's also the least horrifying boss. Now she moves a lot, so your concentrated shot's not amazing here. There. So this is soul shot. I don't think it does that much extra damage, but at the beginning, oh, shit, I got hit. I'm doing terrible. It's like I can get to the 4th boss easily. What's great about this novice mode also is you get all your lives back after each level and all your bombs back. Like, you can bomb. You actually want to save that for double. Fuck's sake. I swear I don't suck at this game. I play it all the time. Alright, this is where it gets weird. But this is also the least weird one. Like, I think that's her boobs. Right? Like, is that her boobs at the bottom? And then the music gets, like, really intense. Like, see, I know these patterns. I know how to scrape them. I'm not getting close enough to do the grays. But also, I don't want to get hit, 'cause I don't want to die on the first freaking boss. Alright, so soul shot. There's tiny red bullets flying at me inside my soul shot. Now, when you're doing a soul shot, if you hit it again, you get the soul collect. And you see I'm just, like, obliterating her. She ain't dead yet. That almost hit me, too. You can kind of follow bullets backwards to, like, get a lot of the grays. And it makes, like, a little whoosh noise when you get a full meter, which is really helpful. And right before you run out, that's when you want to do the double soul shot. I got her. But like I said, this is $3. It's well made. Has novice mode. This is a great... This is like baby's first bullet hell. This is a solid game. And I don't know why it's not talked about more. Even though the enemy variety is, like, not great, I think the backgrounds are really nice and intricate. They're very different. This isn't like I said, this isn't the spaceship military shmup like so many are. Like, that's a nice detailed background. That's cool. So you actually have to be doing the concentrated shot to graze, or you won't. So the normal soul shot doesn't consume your bombs, but the second soul shot does. So you kind of want to save double soul shots for bosses. Unless you're, like, really getting destroyed, like in the later levels, can get pretty intense, even on novice. Need to pull the mic towards me. Yeah, I knew I would get hit. I should have just paused. The music's pretty cool. And I'm not paying attention. Alright, let me get this mic in position, because it feels like it's really far away from me. And I accidentally bombed thinking that was the shot button, because it's the shot button on every single other game. This is very similar to Danmaku Unlimited 3 in terms of controls and gameplay. Like, Bullet Hell's not really about, like, well-placed shots, like a Galaga type game. Especially like Galaxin, that's all about aim. It's about, like, evading bullets. It's like, it's an interesting... Like, the first shmups, like, you think about, like, Galaga and Space Invaders, they're, like, not even really shmups. They're, like, gallery shooters. The first shmups was, like, I have it. It's in the... It's not even Gradius and R-Type. Like, those are not the first shmups. Well, Gradius came out way before R-Type, but R-Type kind of, like, modernized the gameplay. It was, like, a massive step forward. This is where the game gets really weird, so if you don't like if you don't like body horror, this is not your game. I'll tell you that right now. Like, she looks weird now. Wait till you get to the second stage. Deal with it. I can never tell if I get hit or if it's over. Because the same thing happens when you get hit and when the soul attack ends. Alright. Hold on to your tits. About to get weird in here. Told ya. That thing's a nightmare. So I gotta keep an eye on the bullets, but I also gotta keep an eye on my meter. This also charges your soul gauge super fast. I'm out of bombs. I'm just getting lucky there. I don't have any double soul left. Got her. I don't even know if that's the weirdest one. They're all really weird. But yeah, it's like some serious... all the bosses are like serious body horror type stuff. It's very creative. It's like Junji Ito Blade of the Immortal type stuff. How long have we been streaming? 1 hour. And there's a balance between letting bullets come out so you can graze and managing the screen. It's definitely a fine balance between the two. Like, these little dudes have been in here since the first level, but once there's like 50 on the screen, they're dangerous. It's just the great thing about shmups. It's like even the weakest enemy can kill you. It's like that keeps the game exciting. Can't even cross over to hit this guy. The music's really low. I don't know if there was like a way to change the sound balance. I swear when I first started this game, I looked for it and there was no sound option. I got hit. Oh boy. Well, that's also the appeal of games like this is the second-to-second gameplay is so engaging. Like, there's rarely a second where you don't have to be completely focused on the game to survive. It's not like RPGs where you're dicking around in the menus forever, changing gear, assigning stats, upgrading skills. It's like it's all, except for like after a boss where you actually need a little break to recover and calculate your score. It's like second to second you're in it. Alright, like that's pretty gross. It gets weirder. It gets a lot weirder. And her bullet pattern's weird too, because some of them go backwards, but then some of them don't. But see, like a pattern like that is really easy. Alright, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna scoot up a bit. That's just poor positioning on my part. Trying to figure out where I can stand when she does stuff like that. Son of a bitch. See, it's like I don't know. I like hesitate there and I'm not in the right position. And it's like I'm sitting on 3 bombs too, and it's like I'm probably gonna die before I use them. Like, this is a nightmare. And I'm out. So that's Shikondo. That goes on sale for $3 a lot. Alright, we're gonna look at the first. I don't recommend buying this collection. This is a relic when I was super into retro games. But this is like the oldest shmup I know. Scramble, 1981. So 41 years ago. 41 years ago. So if you play this as a teen, you would be like approaching retirement. Isn't that wild? But it's like, how many people played Scramble? And for a while, I was playing this. I didn't know you could bomb. I was just shooting. Or no, I didn't know you could shoot. I was just bombing the whole time. But this is like the first shmup, and it's like, I love the colors. You really want to like do it like that. And you got to pick up fuel or you'll run out. Somehow blowing up the fuel gives you fuel. It's not very immersive. It's like 1981. Really thought I could squeeze in there. I swear I'm better at this when I'm just playing by myself. Was this like blowing people's mind? Come on! We're not done, no. Like, this was like AAA in 1981, and people were just devastated. It's like, the video game's never gonna get better than this. This is when video games peaked. But it's like, that's an interesting phrase, because people, fuck's sake, scratch my face, die instantly. A lot of people say like video games peaked with Super Nintendo, and it's like, there's a lot of excellent Super Nintendo games. There's a lot of garbage on that system too. But people just remember, but that's like when a lot of beloved franchises peaked, like Zelda and Mario and Metroid and Donkey Kong. Like, I don't think Tropical Freeze is a good game, and that came out like 10 years ago. It's like, when's the last time we had... Alright, I felt like that was a hitbox thing more than actually colliding with the ground. In these old games, one of the big problems is your hitbox isn't your sprite. It's this square that encapsulates your sprite. So it's like you can visibly... That was weird. And as soon as I say that, it disproves me. And you can't bomb shit as you're over it. You have to like pre-bomb shit. You don't know what's going to take off. And that's like, I can never... I keep trying to squeeze in there. But in older games, your hitbox is like a square around you. Like old fighting games, Super Mario Brothers, stuff like that. Alright, so we're looking at some budget games. See, I want to recommend like Gmode. But I don't want to send people on a quest to buy Japanese games. It's like, it's not a lot of work, but I understand it's intimidating if you've never bought a Japanese game before. So what are we looking at here? I think, let's look at Visara. This game regularly goes on sale for $2. And it's a solid, it's a collection. You get 3 games for $2. And there's online leaderboards, that's a lot of the joy of playing shmups, is chasing the online leaderboard. Like, you'll probably never be the best in the world, but getting like top 500, top 100, it's kind of satisfying. And look, this $2 game still has presentation. You got this nice background to set the mood. It's like, the Nintendo Classic was like such a charming little machine. And then they make the PlayStation Classic, and it's like, what's the bare minimum amount of work we can do? What's the worst games we can pick? It's like, let's not get the rights to any beloved game. And this was like 2000, and this game looks a lot older. Now you got your auto shot here. You got this cool melee attack which deflects bullets. I actually played this a lot before I got super into shmups, because it's just a solid little game. Now these red things fill your meter. This is one where your super is like so rare, it's almost not fun to have a super. Because it's like, if you feel like, no matter when you use it, you feel like you wasted it. It's like $2, you could do a lot worse than Visara. And I never see like shmup YouTubers talk about this game ever. They talk about Ikaruga like I won't even talk about Ikaruga. If you want to learn about Ikaruga, it's like watch any other YouTuber. Yeah, how you like that? So you just get these bullets out of my face. Alright, this is definitely where you want to do the melee. So he's going to do this pattern. And this isn't a bullet hell where you have a tiny hitbox. Your hitbox is your full ship here. I did really good there. If I get out of the first level without dying, I'm usually pretty happy. Like, this melee is really strong. You want to lead with it. Time. Well, almost walked into a bullet there. There's like hidden shit in the cliff sides here. Oh, I didn't think he was going to fire. I just timed that horribly. Right here, there's like hidden shit in the cliffside. I don't know why they expect you to like stop firing. It's like I died without using any of my bombs either, which is, it's like a part of shmups is managing your resources, and I feel like I just mismanaged like 3 bombs. Alright, so this is where I want to use. Wait till he starts shooting and just. See, that's like the super melee. And this part's not tremendously difficult because you can literally see not the bullets. Oh, well, I saw him coming. I still didn't do anything about him. But a lot of the bosses can be dealt with just punching them, basically. Which I like about Visara. Didn't really have anywhere to go. I needed to get out of the way. Alright, there. Should have used more bombs. I'm not... Especially when you're new at a shmup, it's like, use bombs freely. UBF. Don't forget it. Now, the first 3 levels... you get to choose from 3 characters when you start... And they'll play these first 3 levels in a different order, depending on who you picked. And they'll be harder. Like, so this is the first level of another character. And this level will actually be a lot easier wanted to go here. Alright, so, well, I should probably show you the other games in the Visara collection. And it's like, you see... I gotta look. Who the fuck made Soul Cresta? And where do they get off charging $40 for an indie game? And I'm not even gonna say $40 for a shmup. Shmups, all shmups are like a good made shmup is comparable to a good made indie game, period. But charging $40 for an indie game, it's like... Hope no one figures out my email address. I'm still debating. Alright, who made Soul Cresta? Platinum Games. Now, if I recall correctly, they made Bayonetta. Then who made Bayonetta? That's the publisher, though. That's not the developer. I don't know why you can't search by developer. Like, publisher's a meaningless keyword search when looking for anything. Publisher is no guarantee of quality. Like, write that down. Then who made Bayonetta? Sorry if these tangents are bothering people. I don't really like Bayonetta either. I like action games. Nintendo did not develop Bayonetta. God damn it. Alright, who developed Astral Chain then? It's only going to be the public... See, this is why I feel like I'm getting lost in the search engine. Nintendo did not develop Astro Chain. They might have published it. If you go on Deku Deals, you can search by developer, which is such a useful function. But I swear the people that made Astral Chain made Bayonetta and made Soul Cresta. And it's like $40 for an indie game. It's like The Binding of Isaac is like $40. And I would say it's still not worth it, even though it has like this amazing pedigree. It's like these older indie games are held with such high reverence, and they're like completely outclassed by more modern ones. Like Cave Story. Fuck that game. That is such an average Metroidvania. And you'll see reviews for it like saying it's the best game ever made. It's like, it's not even close. Alright, this is Visara 2. And I feel like the mechanics are worked a lot better here. That's confusing. It sounds like it wants you to pick the difficulty, but that's not what it's asking there. It's saying that's the difficult thing. I'm gonna pick the girl for reasons. She's from the first one. So in this one, you don't have bombs, but all your melees are supers, and they're a lot easier to charge. That guy's meleeing up there. You son of a bitch! So he's like one of those tiny, difficult mini. Yeah, there's so much crap floating on screen. I can't get to the damn power-ups, and I don't know why shmups do this. Alright, now we're getting the ball rolling a little bit. Also, it's like, there's basically like two kinds of shmups. There's ones where the bullets move really slow, and ones where they move really fast. Like cave games, the bullets generally, get on my face. And this one they're doing both. They move so slow that they're easy to avoid, but they get off the screen. They stay on the screen so long that you can, like, back up into them on accident. Because when you're, like, assessing threats on the screen... Okay, my melee did not come out in time to save me. And you gotta charge the melee, too. It's like I'm ignoring every mini-boss here. You get a shit ton of power-ups here. They're expecting you to die constantly. But this is a solid game. You get to use your power thing more, which I always approve of that in shmup design. Yeah, fuck me. Let's go all the way back, I hope. Also, you'll notice on my home screen, I own a lot of collections. And it's like, I play some collections where once you start a game, you can't get to the other games. You have to turn it off, turn it back on. It's like, this is very fundamental game design that they fail at. Like, they could make a good shmup, but they can't make a good menu. And I feel, I don't really ever play this mode. This is more like multiplayer mode, which this is also great. I think more shmups should do this, where it's like if you ever made like a AAA $60 shmup, there should be a campaign mode, an arcade mode, and a multiplayer mode. It's like, that's content. Yeah, I'll play as her, whatever. It's B to shoot. And it's also B to melee. What? And I kind of hate that, where you have like literally like 12 buttons on the screen. And then they use multiple things, use the one button for multiple things. This looks so weird. Now this is what's called vertical. So it's vertically scrolling, but the screen goes all the way left to right. This looks so weird. And I don't want to say it looks cheap, but this looks like a mobile game. This is like Eschatos. But it's like this is probably more fun. Like, if you have like a son or daughter and you want to get them into these games, like, and especially if they're like really young, it's like, this is easy to understand. Press B, shoot the things. That's all you gotta explain to them to get them into the game. Like, this is so accessible for someone who's new or young. I don't know, this is... I only played this like once, and I didn't really like it. Okay, well, I guess I could've... I didn't know he was gonna do that. Alright, well, I don't know where I can move fucking safely. Couldn't even get to the... Yeah, this drives me crazy in shmups, where the power-up is the most elusive damn thing in the entire game. Alright, now, I'm gonna do some warnings, too. Namco Museum has shmups, but, unless you're, like, a super... like, into super retro games, like, a lot of these are, like, pre-1985, and then, like, that feels... like, that's when Super Mario Brothers came out, but that also feels like a... I guess a milestone in game development, where, like, a lot of good games came out after 1985, and a lot of bad games came out before 1985. Like Galaxian, this isn't really a shmup, this is a gallery shooter, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. It's very hard and very slow. This is you have to have very specific sensibility. I'm not even going to play it, because it's boring as shit to watch. So you got original Pac-Man, which isn't... I don't think Miss Pac-Man's in either collection. I don't know why Namco holds it hostage. Now this is Xevious. I'm just going to play this for austerity, and just be like, don't buy this game. So if you hold A and B, you can shoot and bomb at the same time. But if you hold Y, you get like turbo. And it's like look how ugly this game is. This is 2 years. One bullet on screen and I got hit. That is my trademark. This game is butt ugly. It looks like it was made in MS Paint. This is 1 year before Super Mario Brothers. Oh, A is the bomb. Okay. Oh, there. Turbo Bomb and Turbo Shot. We are officially on the Turbo team. Is that annoying, that bomb noise? Look at these lush rivers and forests. It's like, I think Final Fantasy came out like a year around this, and it did not look this fucking ugly. And I'm pretty sure this is the arcade version. There's like no excuse for how bad this game looks. I'm gonna go look up Twinbee after this. So this is kind of turning into a history lesson at Shmups. This is 1984. This is 2 years before R-Type. Shit. If you hit the center, it destroys that thing completely. And this, I swear, if no matter where you die, you have to start at the beginning of the level. It is awful. And it's like they got rid of that pretty fast in Shmups. But this also doesn't have Gradius Syndrome. So that's a term in Shmups where the game's based around gathering a bunch of power-ups. And then if you die, it's basically impossible to continue the game because your ship is so weak. That's Gradius Syndrome. If you die in Gradius, you might as well give up outside of like level 1. Because the game is so punishing. It's like, I don't think Gradius is a good... I should say, I don't think Gradius is a bad game. But, because it's like, it pioneered so much of what shmups do. Like, look, no power-ups here. It starts you at the beginning of the damn level. Like, this is a... Alright, I think I explained enough that this is not... Get me out of here! I have a high score save, but it's like, I don't know how much I'll play Xevious again. This is my dad's favorite video game of all time. I don't think he even knows I have it. Not telling. So it's 1986. This is when R-Type came out. This game is so hard. And it looks like it's the easiest thing in the world. And it's 2 players too, but I've never done the 2-player mode. Yeah, I couldn't get up. You have to immediately shoot up the first second you start. And then B is the loop. It's like, oh, this is a nice little shmup. This is cute. This is kind of like Rogue Aces. Then you gotta get real close, pick up this bomb. Now here's the secret. You have to bomb the hospital. Just kidding. But you want to move forward really fast. And even then, I crash into some... If you take that at normal speed, it will shoot you down from the ground. You have to be moving forward when you get to that point. This game is so hard, and it looks so easy. Like, you're probably sitting there like, this game's not hard, you just suck at shmups. It's like, no, this game is super hard. And I don't want you to prove me wrong and go buy it, because I don't think this is a good collection outside of, like, retro enthusiasts who, like, really care about the history of video games and, like, wanted to see it evolve. See, like, you cannot get through that normally. You got ships behind you, ships in front of you. I think, yeah, here we go. All right, this is 1990. And it's such an ugly game. Like, Namco... Like, it's Namco Bandai now, and they mostly make, like, games based on animes. And I don't think that's a generalization either. I'd put money that most of their collection is probably, like, pachinko machines and games based on animes. But, like, Namco, outside of, like, Pac-Man and Mappy, it's like they made some garbage. So this is Dragon Spirit. This is probably their best one. But it's 1990 and it looks like shit. I'm gonna after this I'm gonna show you a game that was made 4 years before this. Got hit by the only bullet on the screen. And the power-ups are so... I think I have to bomb these. Jesus Christ. This is another shoot bomb. Oh, you have to die anyway. Isn't that weird? I didn't die. That's how the game starts. You play the first level, you die no matter what. You get the cutscene, you go back to the menu, and then the game starts. What the hell is that? It's from the Paleozoic. Yeah, this is the bomb. And this is the shot. And it's like, that's not bad game design. Because if you get something like Layer Force, it does that perfectly where it mixes bombing and shots. It does it so well. But this game, it's like this is their best one, but their best like just isn't good enough. And so I'm trying to steer people away from the Namco collections. Like this looks like it came out in like 1984. It came out in 1990. And there's the sequel to this. It's called Dragon Saber. It's on the eShop. It's in the Arcade Archives collection. And it still looks like shit. And it came out in 1992. I like the dragon idea is so cool. I would love whoever did the cotton. Like we talked about how City Connection ruins life for everyone. But they didn't. They did the Cotton Saturn reboots or the ports, but they didn't do Cotton Fantasy or Cotton reboots. Someone else did those specific games. And it's like whoever did those, do this. I would love a dragon-based shmup with cool graphics. I'm taking a lot of hits, and I don't like my health is behind the user interface. Who designed it like that? That's not from OBS, that's from the game. Covering up my damn health. It's like, did no one play this and notice that? I wouldn't say this is like as lazy a collection as... Like, I'm gonna keep going back to that PlayStation Classic, because it's like... That's just sad. Like, you can, like... I'm a game designer, but I don't, like, talk about it too much, because I don't want to be, like... I don't know why I don't talk about it too much. I just think it's, like, inappropriate to, like, use that to, like, what do they call it online? For clout, I guess they call it. So it's like, if I get clout, I want it from my awesome live streams, not because I work with a video game studio. But it's like that PlayStation collection, it's like no passion went into that at all. God damn it, get me out of this. Get me away from this retro nightmare. Now this is cool. This is like the only way to get this game. It's a Splatterhouse Chibi edition. So you play as like a little... I don't know what the name of the dude from Splatterhouse is, but you play as like a chibi version. Now this is an excellent game. This is... If you get this collection for $5, this game's worth it alone. I'll show you that. It's like we're gonna step away from shmups for a little bit and just talk about excellent game design. So this is called Pac-Man Championship Edition. What's going on with the screen? And this is a score chase, just like, you know, normal Pac-Man. Alright, I gotta use the buttons because the control stick is not obeying me. When you play Pac-Man, you gotta use the buttons. And so you're gonna get, like, different patterns appearing. Get these points, yo. We're earning this bread, dog. And then it'll get nuts. Every time you, like, pick up a pellet, you go a little faster. By the end, you are, like, fucking flying through this. It's like, because the control pad on the Switch is so shitty. It's like I cannot move my fingers fast enough to the buttons because it's not a connected... the buttons aren't connected. They're for some reason, they're 4 fucking separate buttons. I guess so you can split the controllers, but it feels... it's not good when you need a good control pad. Also, when you die in Pac-Man Championship Edition, it's not that bad. You get a ton of lives. I need to get this little... oh, shit. Come here, you bastard. I gotta finish this pattern here, and I can't... I usually don't die. I usually time out. See, I got 3 minutes and 20 seconds available. There's no frickin' power pellets out here. Where the fuck are the power pellets? Give me power pellets. See, I can't turn fast enough. I want to wait for them to come out of their ghost hole. That's what it's called in the manual. Their slimy ghost hole. And if you finish the pattern, that creates another pattern somewhere on the screen. Nowhere to go. Guess I could have gone back, but whatever. See, like, I'm accumulating more lives, so it's actually kind of hard to... shit. Some bitch. But you get the idea. It's a good game. It needs an online leaderboard. If that had an online leaderboard, it would be excellent. Now, I showed you those shitty shmups. I don't recommend this game for new players unless you're a retro enthusiast. But this is like a massive leap. Actually, let me give you some context. So like those terrible Namco shmups I showed you, the standard at the time, what am I looking for? Guess this is turning into a history lesson. So these are the arcade versions of the game. So another interesting thing is a lot of video games have multiple names. And it's really annoying tracking a game down. Twin Bee was 1985, so that's like the same year as Xevious, and Xevious looks like shit. Now this is Gradius. You can tell immediately by the noise. I think in Japan it was called Nemesis. Maybe it was even, I don't know if it was called Nemesis in the arcade. You can get the arcade version of Gradius is very different than the NES version, and you'll see immediately. The shooting sounds so fucking weird in my headphones. The music has more, I don't know, depth to it. So it doesn't seem that different now, but like when we get into the cave, you'll... God, I am not getting any fucking power-ups. What the fucking laser? You get like 1,000,000 power-ups in this. It's like the graphics are a little better. You can have more sprites on the screen simultaneously, which isn't necessarily a good thing. So it gets more... My ship's moving too fast while I'm just... Yeah, look at this. Here's 50 power-ups. Take them. It's like, oh, thank you. I need one more to get the shield, and then, like, I'm good to go. But, like, look how slow I move now. And I can't get up there to And the missile's a separate button, which I don't like that at all. There, I got the shield. Son of a bitch. But like those things up top, I need the double to hit them. Alright, so that's Gradius. That was my point. So that was like the standard at the time. And here comes R-Type. And R-Type's like, fuck Gradius. Your game's shit. You should feel bad. And this is going to seem like it came out in like 19... I don't know why I thought it was 1986. It was 1987, which I think was like a year after Gradius. This game is hard as dicks, and that's why I don't recommend it for new people. But it's like, it pushed the genre like so far forward. You'll see like once we get indoors. For one, just the rate of fire is better than in most shmups where you're shooting like one bullet at a time. The music's great. I would definitely argue that R-Type has great music. One thing you won't find me talking about on this channel is Darius games, because I just don't know anything about them. Oh, for fuck's sake. And it's like, I used to be decent at this game, and then after a while I just got really shitty at it. I don't know why. It's like I've been 1cc'ing more and more games. Like, I can feel myself getting better at shmups. But it's like now I'm worse at R-Type than I've ever been in my life. I'm pretty sure that's a... Oh no, that's not a bomb. That's your option. Now there's a lot you can do with the option. You can shoot it forward. Oh my god! It's like I'm shooting as fast as possible and it still doesn't destroy... And we're not even going to get inside. It's like I'm doing so shitty at this game. But like, this is such a leap forward from Gradius. And you can actually attach the option. Yeah, see, he's like... leaving the screen and still hitting me. That shit where they shoot backwards at you. I hate that so much. Oh, yeah, there, right there. I knew he was going to do it. But it's like, look at all the stuff going on inside. Yeah, I wanted him down there to hit the missile launcher. Right there. Speed boost. Now I actually don't feel like I'm moving through wet sand. You definitely want this here to hit this thing. Anyway, that's R-Type. I don't recommend it for new players. Now let's look at more... Now, besides... I think we mostly just looked at retro games. Besides Shikando. Let's look at some more modern... See, I want to recommend Dragon Blaze and Gunbird so bad, but the lag is atrocious. So let's look at some indie titles. I have some in mind. We're not looking at Ikaruga unless someone specifically requests it. We should probably look at Skyforce too. We can look at Steriden, even though it's not my favorite game. Alright, so let's look at some indie titles. This is Project Starship X. No! I don't want to play Ikaruga. I'm trying to show people that want to get into shmups, like, what's a good shmup to start with. And we went through Capcom Arcade Stadium. Why do I have to set my controller when I start this game? And I looked at Shikando. What else did we look at? Why you shouldn't buy the Namco Museum Collection. So I'm showing them some indie games that are very inexpensive. You can get this on sale for less than $5. Panda Indie Studio generally makes some pretty solid shmups. And it's like, this one isn't... There's not a lot going on here. Oh. There's not a lot going on in this game. It's just, like, well crafted. So this is the generic character. She has less health but does more damage. R-Type's really hard though, so that's why I don't recommend it for new players. I think he has extra health. Now Sophie, she gets randomly generated stats. And I kind of like playing as her. And I like that you can see the reaction of the pilots. That definitely makes it feel more immersive. And I wish more games did it. You play like these M2 ports where they got the M2 console where they show like every single stat in the game, but you still don't get to see the pilot's reaction to being shot or getting upgrades and stuff. And this game only has 2 buttons. There's no well, there is bombs technically. I don't know why there's not a separate bomb button. I forget I have... Oh, good. Starting with 1 health. I'm so glad I picked Sophie. So you got shoot, dash. That's it. And if you actually tap shoot, instead of holding it down, you can move at normal speed. So there's your pro gamer tip for the night. And get these coins. Get this bread. And I love the music in this game. It's so good. And you have to dash into power-ups to pick them up, which is a weird choice. If you keep picking up shields... Oh my god! I dashed into the laser. Now that's a shield and a expanded max shield. Alright, we're in good shape. I can't get out of the black hole! Jesus Christ. You can't dash backwards, which is super annoying. Doing terrible. And it's like I've 1cc'd this game. And I'm getting so many power-ups. If I wasn't getting hit every 5 seconds, I'd be in such good shape right now. The first 2 are... You can get... Actually, I think the 3rd one is too. So you can get, there's a few ways you can get it. Gradius 1, you can get for free on Nintendo Online subscription. It's with the NES games. If you want the arcade version, you can get it in the Arcade Classic Anniversary Collection, which also has Gradius 2. And those are the arcade versions, but you can get Gradius, the arcade versions of 1, 2, and 3 on the eShop in the Arcade Archives collection. But they don't have 4, 5, or Gaiden, sadly. God, her shot is so weak. Holy shit, it's taking forever to kill him. I can really hear the music though when I have headphones on. That's just his first version. I still have to do like 2 more. Oh, well shit. That was weird. There's usually like... Oh yeah, see, here's the next fucking boss. And he has 2 modes. There's this, and then there's the mode where he tries to ram you. My shot is so... Picking Sophie's always a gamble. Yeah, gamble, because you can get super weak or super powerful. Die, you son of a bitch. You mean Dodonpachi? I don't own it. I wish I did. It's like the top of my list of games I want to buy. If it goes on sale again, which I'm sure it will, I'll probably pick it up. So I've been playing the original in Dodonpachi on Vita, and I love them. I think they're so good. I like them better than Mushihime-sama, actually. Alright, so we survived that. Give me a heart. Give me a heart. Good, I needed a better shot, because mine sucks dick. I have something in my bomb chart It shows 2 EMPs and then a Thunderbolt. I wonder what the hell that is. Dodon Panchi? Yeah. Not Don Panchi, but Dodon Panchi Resurrection has like a bunch of modes. We can go... Shit, let's go look at it right now. It's on my wish list. I'm not convinced Live Alive is a good game. And I definitely want to... It's like if I had more money, it's like I would have all the Metal Slug games. It's like I love those games so much. And Soul Cresta needs a freaking 50% price cut. I want to see if this is made by Cave. Oh god, City Connection handled the porn. Doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's a Cave game. Ah, shit. It's like I push back, nothing happens, so I push back twice, and it goes all the way out of the menu. Yeah, here, right here. Dodon Panchi Resurrection. There's like 6 modes or something in here. I don't want infinite credits. I want a 1cc the game. So you got Arranged, Novice, Black Label. There's like I said, there's like 6 modes for Dodon Panchi here. 8 modes for all Dodon Panchi fans. Yeah, I definitely... It's like I'm getting paid probably tonight, and because I turned in all my work because I freelance. Alright, this level sucks. Look, you drift towards the left the entire level, and if you're holding down shot, you can barely fight the gravity. And these dragons, you can shoot them and damage them, but you basically can't kill them unless you have the tank or turbo shot. A lot going on here. Like, this is an interesting idea. I just hate dealing with this gravity shit. Look how much shit I'm dealing with while being pulled down. This is easier on a bigger screen, though. And it's these dragons that you can't kill, and they shoot at you. It's a pain in the ass. Great. It's like I can barely get up because of the gravity. At the boss? Why does the music cut out so far? What was that? Why does it do that? Alright, so this is Overload. This is like the only way you can kill the dragon. Yeah, now I'm getting pulled down, and is that a black hole? What the fuck is that? Oh, that's an overload I have. Oh, fucking wonderful. I think I have enough money to buy stuff now. See, if you get a bunch of these turrets as you play, this gets a lot easier. Now, this is technically the boss fight, and it's really hard. As you can see, this is absolutely batshit. Like, you get warnings where stuff's coming up, but so much stuff's coming from every angle. It's bananas. And I survived it. And then Cthulhu sells you drugs. If you keep attacking him, you can fight him as a boss. But he is very hard. Like, I fought him for like 15 minutes, and I had done like half his health. So you want like a bunch of turrets and like super powered up shot if you want to take on Cthulhu. And I'm pretty sure if you beat him, he becomes a playable character. But don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure that's what happens if you beat him. So this is like Star Fox with the tank levels. These are generally good because there's usually like a lot of health. This is spread shot. You can't really kill these things. But yeah, look how much health I'm getting. This is great. So this is like a great first shmup for somebody. Landed right on me. It's like it's easy to grasp. There's not a lot of complicated mechanics for scoring. I don't know why I'm timing this so poorly. It's like I should be at max health. It's like I just keep making stupid little mistakes. And absolutely, I swear my stream needs like an epilepsy warning if I play this game. I don't know why I got hit there. And I pushed shoot instead of jump because it had been so long since I had to use either button. Now this is a pretty easy boss fight. You don't have to stand and dance with him, you can just push that button. Yeah, get good. That's what everyone loves to hear when they're playing a video game and struggling with it. Now, I don't think this is the last level. I think this is the second last level. I think at the end of this, you fight a ghost from Pac-Man. This game references a lot of other video games. Like, at least Mario. Yeah, I hate dealing... What? I thought that's how you kill the hand. Alright, this is the only good mad event where the star comes. Eurokill? I'll have to look that up, because I do not have that on my Switch or on my wish list. Yeah, these hands are so fucking hard to deal with. I swear if you're at null long enough, you get a shield back. At the boss. Or no, that's just the music stopping for no reason. Couldn't even pick up that item because I had to deal with, well, 50 hands now. I don't know if it is. But the thing is, I can check because I got a Japanese account. Alright, so that's an excellent... If you want to support indie... Like, the thing is, like, people say is like, oh, you should support indie studios. It's like, well, you should, but it's like... Indie studios are porting these games. They don't just appear on the Switch magically. All right, let's go looking for Eurokill. Now, I feel like I should explain why I keep going to the lorry thing. So, I bought my Switch like 2017, and there was just not a lot of games for it. And I didn't really enjoy it. And I wasn't playing it at all. Is that how you spell it, Eurokill? So I just gave it to my mom. I bought her Stardew Valley. Yeah, it's here. Actually, I think I tried this. Yeah, it's with all the fucking visual novel elements. I just couldn't. I don't get the point of having visual novel. No, I got the game up on screen right now. I don't get the point of having visual novel elements in a shmup because it's like those are diametrically opposed genres of games. Like people that like visual novels, I didn't really get far enough into the game to know. And I didn't really play Undertale that much too. I kind of like preferred Deltarune a lot more than Undertale. And so we should also look at these. You can it's called the one. I want to look it up because I couldn't find it last time. I'm pretty sure it's called the 1cc bundle. Man, I get so... See, I went into my own. Forgot to explain. Alright, so... The reason I keep going to the lore thing is this is my mom's account. So she was basically just playing Stardew Valley, and then I bought her My Time at Portia also. And she loved it. And then I don't know what game got me back on the Switch, but then we were like sharing it basically. But when I gave her the Switch, I changed the master name to her name. And so all the games I bought were under that master name that I changed the name to, as well as my PayPal information. What are we looking for? I came here, I already forgot what we're looking for. Oh, the 1cc bundle. Yeah, here it is. So, you can buy both these games. We're pretty cheap. I think it's like $8, $10. And then if it's on sale, it goes on sale. It's even cheaper. So this is an excellent deal. So I'm going to show you these games. It's a great little new studio, but these games are kind of hard, even on the easiest setting. Like I want to put a little banner on the screen on my next stream. I was going to make it today. I completely forgot. I was so busy. Of all the shmups I've 1cc'd, because it's like, I'm starting to knock games out. Like last night I did Mushihime-sama on Novice, 1cc'd it, and Railgun on Novice I 1cc'd too. And I was like really proud of that. She winked at me. Oh my god, you guys. So this is pretty normal. That was a bomb. I'm not crazy about the... Like, this is a fine shmup, but I'm not crazy about the mechanics. So, a lot of shmups have supers. Your super in this is bullet time, which is... I don't know, it's kind of... It's like, I don't care. It's not a great super to have. I don't know if your other pilots have better supers. I don't think they do. So this, when you destroy it, I guess it's like it feels like more like a skill or a score booster more than helping you manage the screen. It's like, whatever. It's like the bullets go a little slower, but it's like big fucking whoop. And the bomb's weird too, because the bomb is like 1 inch around you instead of like screen clearing. Well, it's a little bigger than that, but it's like this game never clicked with me, and it's not a bad game. It's me that's like not clicking with the game. It's not the game's fault. There's nothing This isn't... Oh, I guess I'm gonna do another warning game after this. See, like, this is a fine game. So that blue stuff powers up... Yeah, fucking... The first level on the easiest difficulty should not be this hard. The there's a Giga-Wing game on the Nintendo Switch. It's in the Capcom Arcade Stadium, $2. So the other game in that 1cc bundle, and you have to remember the name. You will not be able to find the bundle if you forget it's called the 1cc bundle, because the names of the games are like not in the bundle. What the fuck is the other one? Need some water. Oh yeah, here we go. I think this is actually a better game. You can also buy these separately pretty cheap, and I said if you're new, if you're budget conscious, these are good investment. I love psychedelic games. It's definitely an aesthetic I really enjoy. So the idea is... Oh my... Yeah. I'm farting around with the mechanic of the game. So the idea is... Oh my god! You want to hit him with the auto shot. It change... Like I said, the easiest level of... The easiest version of the first level should not... I think it's lag. That's why I can't get out of the way in time. The idea of this game is you hit the medium-sized enemies with this auto shot. It changes their color. And you get bonus score, and it lets you do this. So you press X, you can start absorbing all the bullets as score. And so this is like the main hook of the game. The music's... I couldn't really hear the music when I played it on the Switch. And then, like, it shows your hitbox, that little yellow dot on my character, which I really appreciate. It's like, if you like psychedelic games, you'll definitely enjoy this game. Sure it does. It's like, I don't recommend... I don't know if, like, new people will get into Ikaruga. Like, the hook's easy enough to understand, but it's hard to understand why the game's fun, because it doesn't like, the hook of the game is the polarity system, but that's not... That doesn't explain what you're supposed to do in the game. And I guess I'll have to do a thing about Ikaruga after I give people a warning about... There's a game I have to warn people about. Ikaruga got me out of shmups. It's like Skyforce got me into shmups, and like Ikaruga pushed me back out, because everyone like raves about how good Ikaruga is, and I just couldn't understand why people loved it so much. And I felt like I was just missing something that I didn't understand. If I like couldn't understand why Ikaruga was good, it's like I didn't understand shmups. But then I've heard a lot of people on Reddit and Shmups on Switch did a whole thing about it, and he said it's like, if you don't... It's not the polarity's not the hook, it's the chaining that's the hook. And it's like, if you don't understand the chaining, the first two levels are like super dull. And it's like, you can't have any game where the first two levels... I don't even like the aesthetic. It's like, the game looks fine, but also kind of looks like a mobile game. Alright, so now I want to warn people about a specific game. Do not buy this game under any circumstances. Forgot the name of it. It's not Black Rock Shooter. I keep wanting to call it that. Black Paradox. Do not buy this game. This is what we like to call a Euro shmup, where your ship is weak as shit. And you have to build it up. And it's like, it took forever to build the ship up, and it's like even halfway up the stat chart, it's still not good. The music is excellent, the graphics are excellent, the gameplay is terrible. Like this attack, I wish I had a mouse. Getting my attack that high took hours and hours and hours, and it's not accumulating the money that was hard. It was getting a chip that didn't suck. Like, here's 2 good chips. This never happened when I was looking for chips. How much is this? Oh, that's my equipment. Yeah. Yeah, this is the market's too small. There should be more than 2 chips available to buy. This is a stupid design choice. And this was a phone game, but it doesn't look like a phone game. It looks great. Like I said, music's great, graphics great. It's like my attack's a little less than halfway up to max, and I can't even tell the difference between having it at 1 and having it at like 10. It's like, I'm gonna play around, but this game sucks. And it looks fun watching it. It's like, it's hard to tell. I should take the chip out, and then you'll understand. It's like when you don't have any attack power-up, it takes forever to kill simple enemies. And the enemies just sit there, which is really annoying. And then when you try to pick this up... Oh god, I don't want this. And the hook, the Black Paradox, I'll show you, I don't have it yet. It's like the attack patterns are okay, but it's like if your ship's, like my ship's really powered up and I still feel like I can't deal with the first level waves of enemies. And it's like finding a good ship to power up is so hard. And they give the shittiest bonuses. It's like, oh, a 2% chance at a triple shot. It's like, oh my god, 2% chance? You gotta be joking. Like, I feel like it took me forever to get powered up, and it's like, I should just be tearing through this asteroid field, and I'm not. I'm still going just as slow as when the game started. I get hit by... And it's really highly dependent on what weapon you pick up when you start. Alright, this is the Black Paradox. Yeah, 3 and 4 are. That's it, that was the Black Paradox. It's there for 10 seconds and it's gone. And it barely helps you. That's the whole hook of the game. That's what the game's named after. Like, the game's gorgeous, the music's awesome, it's just, the gameplay's really dull. Like, I feel like showing people this is tricking them into thinking this is a good game. Attack damage plus 20%. I guarantee I'm still gonna struggle to kill every enemy. Look, I couldn't kill like a single one there. It's like I have a ton of attack chips, 20% boost, and I'm still fighting to destroy like the weakest enemies. And also your ship is massive, you have a massive hitbox. So it's kind of like a retro game in that respect. See how much I'm struggling to like clear the screen even though I have all these power-ups? It's like, imagine starting this, it's like, die! I would recommend Thunder Force 3, but I would not recommend the fourth. Oh great, I don't even have my normal gun anymore. Oh boy. Just trust me when I say do not buy. It's like, it goes on sale for $2, and I still say it's not worth it. I have it installed. Yeah, Lightning Force, also known as Thunder Force 4. I don't recommend this game for new players. Now this is, if you're coming from roguelikes, you're gonna love this game. This is basically the game that Black Paradox is copying. Thunder Force? I'm not playing Thunder Force 4. Thunder Force 3 goes on sale for like $2 regularly. Next time it goes on sale, I'm definitely picking it up. So I have it on the Vita, and it's a solid game. This is your basic ship. You will unlock this pretty easily. I still can't unlock the third ship. I heard it's amazing. I'll play it. I'll play the Thunder Force, and I'll explain why I hate it. The Fortress is a solid ship, but the Fury's supposed to be really good. But it's like I've had this game a long time, like years, and I've never unlocked the Fury. It's like I don't like this game, but a lot of people do. And if you enjoy roguelikes, you'll probably like this game. Like, look at me destroying the ships that I shoot. What a novel concept. The music, it's like if you like this music, I bet you would enjoy this game. There we go. Pretty decent bullets here. Look at me. I'm managing the screen. This is what the first level should be like. You shouldn't struggle to manage the screen. A little harder to manage because your hitbox is so freaking massive. It's like the animation's good. So you got a lot of choices here to power up. I don't like crap floating in the foreground. Yeah, look at me managing the screen. Got homing missiles, dog. How's that? Like, I wouldn't say this is a bad game, I just cannot frickin' get anywhere in it. And I don't like that all the enemies look extremely similar. And you don't really know what they're gonna do until they start shooting at you. Like, that background's cool, the music's cool. But, like, also look, the bosses, they look freaking identical. This is great, because all my shit's gonna hit no matter where I'm positioned on the screen. I love the homing missile right now. And this game, I think, is like $4 or $5 on sale. So it's like, it's a great starting game. Wow, I feel like this should be an easier pattern to evade than I'm making it out to be. Yeah, there's 2 Darius collections and G Darius on the Switch. Let's just go with this. But also, one thing I don't like about this game, it's like, it's kind of hard to tell what power-ups do exactly. I have that problem in another shmup. Actually, it might be Crown Trick, I think, where I don't... Yeah, G Darius is it's $30 and I can't really it's like, I have Darius on the Vita and it's like the ugliest game on earth, and it's like totally turned me off to Darius thing. Well, I'm sure I'll die at, this is the boss I usually die at, so we'll be seeing Thunder Force shortly. Now what makes this a Hyper Blaster? Holy shit, this thing's powerful. Or not. Maybe those ships were just weak. Yeah, I don't like these shield ships that just fucking sit there and do nothing. They're just annoying. It's like, yeah, I don't know what it's gonna do until it starts shooting at me because all the ships are identical. Yeah, my health is really low. I'm probably not gonna survive this. Jesus Christ. And I do like it does the little frowny face when you do enough damage to it. Yeah, that. Oh. Yeah, it's like... Let's take up the entire fucking screen. Never gonna get that ship unlocked ever. Alright, let's play Lightning Force and explain why I don't think this is a good game and everybody frickin' raves about this game. But if you think this game looks cool, I like that M2 handled the port. They're very good at porting video games. I'll play kids mode just to make it simpler. I didn't even know there was a Thunder Force 6. I got Thunder Force 5 on my Vita. Alright, I pushed it. So you get to choose the order you want to play the stages. The order doesn't really matter. Can I change the frickin' display? That's a little better. Alright, those scan lines look like shit on the screen. Turning that shit off. There. That looks so much better. You can change your speed, which it's an okay feature, but I'd rather just have the trigger to change speed like in Anger Force. But it's like, I'm playing this and it's like a lot of dead air. No, look, no enemies. Just floating, no enemies. And, or it's one enemy at a time. It's like, look, we're just sitting here, one enemy. This is why I don't like this game. It's just, and now things finally start to show up and you're, that's fair. The music's cool. I'll play it on normal mode. I'll pick the same level and we'll see. I'm pretty sure kids mode, the only thing it changes is you keep your weapon upgrades when you die. I'm pretty sure that's the only change in kids mode. Just kind of floating here, nothing. And I brought this up on Reddit, and they're like, what are you talking about? There's tons of enemies to shoot at. Just floating here, nothing happening. 1, 2 enemies at a time. Just the same fucking pattern 6 times in a row. This has like an 84 on Metacritic. That was like 8 times in a row, that same pattern of 2 oh my god. Dude, 10 times in a row, same pattern. I thought if I killed him it would stop, but it's literally just... Like, how do people say this is a good game? It's like one of the highest rated shmups on Metacritic. At least on the Switch. This is $2, so if this game looks amazing to you... Well, it's $2 on sale, but it's not that much more normally. Alright, I'm literally gonna fall asleep. We're gonna do normal mode, same level. It better be different. Because holy shit, that was bad. Start the game. There's no button to start the game. You just have to sit through the credits. Alright, so that's straight. Alright, same level. Let's see what happens. Oops. So there was stuff in the beginning here. A lot of dead air. There's this guy. Alright, so there's 2 enemies this time. Wait, look at this. This is just dead air sitting here. People thought I was thinking I'm crazy, saying this game's just a lot of nothing. This happened in the kids mode. That happened in the kids mode. And see, I lost the blades. Like I said, that's the only difference between kids mode and normal mode. And then this starts. It's the same thing. It was the same game. It's just like multiple seconds of dead air. No Switch or no shmup does this. See, like, I'm sure you... When's the last time you played Thunder Force? Because I feel like people remember games a lot better than they actually were. Alright, we'll look at Ikaruga since the chat is demanding it and pounding their fist. I do want to show you guys real quick. So, if you didn't know, Nintendo Switch has folders now. And so, I put all my shmups in a folder, and you can organize it. So I put them in order of how much I enjoy them. And so this is a pretty definitive list of my opinions on the different shmups on Switch. 3 is good. It's a normal arcade shmup. Oh, Graceful Explosion Machine. We should probably talk about those at some point. Some people say it's not a shmup, but I consider it just a single screen shmup. It's like there's subgenres of shmups. They don't all have to be identical. And see, I put them in the order of how much I enjoy them. We keep going down. No, I'll show you where Ikaruga is. It's the last shmup. It's the last one. This is where Ikaruga belongs. The bottom of the list. The only thing after it are non-shmups that I use to take a break with. These are like shmup tangential games that aren't even on the list. This is where Ikaruga belongs. It's like I'll play like you. If you're getting into shmups, you will inevitably hear someone mention Ikaruga. If you are looking at like top 10 lists, I guarantee it'll be on there somewhere. It's like Treasure that makes such good games. It's like I gotta go. And the help and option things is so weird. The setting system is so weird. Yes, whatever. So I'm going to put it on the easiest setting. I don't use continues in shmups ever unless I need to see the end. But I'm looking for the weird setting. I think it's here. This easy menu. It's like this like augments the menu of the game. Let's go to one player game. This now you can turn this part off. Why? What's the difference between the ships? I think I have to go all the way back to change that. I've never played as Genki. No matter, I swear to God, no matter what setting you pick, this comes up. No, I went and picked Genki out of the menu. There's no other opportunity to pick a ship. Alright, so if you don't know about Ikaruga, the hook of the game is, and I kind of hate how the controls do it. So, brown shot, if you shoot brown, it does extra damage to white. And if you shoot white, it does extra damage to brown. Now, if you're brown, and it's not black, like that's clearly not, that's brown. If you're brown, you can absorb brown bullets for like a super. Like these are fine enemy patterns. But it's like in Pawarumi, the different shots are different buttons. In Ikaruga, you have to push a button to flip, which is really annoying. Now, the real hook of the game is you're supposed to destroy enemies in triplets. So if I destroy 3 white enemies in a row, I get a chain bonus. Yeah, I'm not chaining. I'm focusing on survival. I've never gotten past like level 3 in this game. But if you play for survival, this is very boring. But if you play for chains, it's supposed to be a lot better. What? I play for survival. I can't... It's like you move so slow through the levels and your ship is so big, it just feels like you die so easily in this game. Now see, I'm absorbing the white bullets, and you can see my chain on... It's not a chain, it's like a meter filling up on the right side of the screen. Now when that fills all the way up, I get like this burst of bullets. Yeah, I couldn't find the frickin' burst button. I pushed X and it changed my color. The burst button's like R for some reason. I don't know why they do that. It's like whenever I play Ikaruga, I swear I just die in like the dumbest way possible. And it's like the way people rave about this game, I was expecting to be blown away, but it's like it's a normal shmup with just a weird hook. It's not like doing anything profound. It's like, how am I supposed to chain here while trying to survive? It's like, you're not doing that in this situation. There, I used R and got this weak, shitty little super. I know how to chain. Now, if you don't change colors here, you actually just get smashed all the time. It's like, I hate this part because you can't touch the edges of anything. Like, look how much room you have to work with. just like teeting your way through this. If I touch that gate, I'll die. So I have to keep doing this because it's pushing me forward. Yeah, I'm getting hit by 2 colors at once. I was completely out of position for wherever it wanted me. I couldn't change fast enough. I fucking hate this game so much. I want to show everyone a better demonstration of that concept. This is Powerumi. You can get it for like $5. And you get 3 colors instead of 2. And it seems like that would be much harder, but it's actually a lot more intuitive. I don't practice the levels individually because I don't like the game. It's like I like most of the shmups I have, but I do not like Ikaruga. Ikaruga was the reason I didn't really get into shmups for years. It like put me off shmups for so long. And it's like when I got really into shmups, I brought Ikaruga back to see if I could appreciate it more. And it's like I still hated it. Now you got 3 shots, green, red, blue. If you look at the bottom, if you shoot a blue ship with your blue shot, it charges your shield. If you shoot a green ship, it does extra damage. And if you shoot a red ship, it charges your super. And I like that it keeps the little hint up as you play. I'm just slamming into bullets like an idiot. Oh my god, 1 bullet on the screen and I find it. If I make a shmup, it's going to be about running into bullets instead of running away from them. It's like, when's the last time Treasure even made a video game? Ikaruga came out like 20 years ago. It's on GameCube. Can't imagine paying $60 for Ikaruga. I would just give up video games. I just cannot kill shit fast enough because I'm trying to charge my fucking shield. I should probably use my super at some point. I think my shield's finally charged. Yeah. I don't know how cheap Ikaruga gets on sale either. I think it only gets down to like $8. You know, isn't that expensive, but it's like you have a lot of choices on the Nintendo Switch. There, I can just start doing crush now. Get these guys out of here before they hurt me. Like, people don't talk about power. People talk about Ikaruga like it's the savior of shmups, but no one like talks about Powerumi. thought that pattern was going to go in a different direction. I don't know if your shield charges between levels. I don't think it does, because I don't think your super charges either. It's such a simple concept, but like managing your shield and your super, it's like it keeps you on. It's like another just a level of the game. Good enemy variety. There's like, it feels like you're progressing through the level instead of just like flying down a hallway. It's like literally stuff going on in the background that makes it feel like a progression, which a lot of shmups don't do. Cave's actually pretty good about doing that. In Mushi Hime-sama, there's like so much stuff going on in the background. My ass hurts so much from sitting right now. Going into frickin' hour 3 of the stream. Whoa, buddy. A lot going on here. I was not expecting that. Damn, that did a lot of damage. I feel like I could once CC this mode if I was like really concentrating and not sweating my ass off right now. Alright, so let's see if there's any other things we need to cover for new buyers. Talking about Capcom Arcade CM, that's most important. Shikando, SAR Collection, Project Starship X, SAR 100DX, Space Moth. Why you shouldn't buy Black Paradox, why stare it in. Oh, let's talk about Skyforce and call it a night. Now, if you love RPGs, you'll probably love Skyforce, because the entire game is based around taking your weak-ass little ship and building it up into like a wrecking machine. I think there's a way to delete, maybe not. I might have to go into my Switch and delete the data. Yep. If you guys didn't know this is how you delete saved data. It's not here. It's all the way down here. And if you want to delete a specific game, open the game first, close it, and then go to this, and it'll be the first game on the list. Or else you're digging through well, if you're like me, you're digging through hundreds of games to find the specific game you're looking for. And this is such a slow, tedious process, like when you're trying to free up space on your Switch, because there can be like gigs of saved data you might not even be aware of. Like, I swear, like Super Smash Brothers takes like a full gig of data. Alright, well that was the only thing we wanted to delete. I wanted to show you, but we're also running out of time. So this is Skyforce. This is basically the game that got me into shmups. Like the first time I really So it's like I was aware they existed, but I just didn't really. They were just like little ancient arcade games that I didn't really care about at all. I don't know what possessed me to get Skyforce, and I don't even think it was a recommendation. I couldn't tell you why I got it, but like maybe it was like a website review where they explain it's like this isn't a normal shmup where you're trying to get to the end of the game. I would say this is more an art. Alright, it's freaking right trigger to shoot. It took me forever to find it. It's like I love the explosions. I love collecting the stars. The stars are basically your experience points. And see, they come to you? Wow, what a novel concept. Instead of floating away. So your weapon upgrade doesn't make your gun stronger, it makes it shoot slightly faster. And you don't really notice when you pick up one, but when you pick up like your 10th one, it is obvious how much stronger you are. Now you don't have to really worry about her. She's only in like this isn't even really the game. This is more like story than anything. Just a spoiler alert, I'm gonna die here. I don't know if this is beatable.
Hello. I've heard
She's
so much
at every
about
boss
you.
fight.
All bad things. Prepare the pie. Oh, I mean, prepare to die. I wonder, what's that red button for?
So the weird thing is, I haven't played this in years,
Sensors indicate that
and I'm like
get out of
a
there.
lot better at shmups. Yeah, this is no way to survive that.
Sorry, but the rescue team is on vacation. Just kidding. We're on our way.
And it's like, well, this kind of looks like a mobile game. Well, it is a mobile game, but it's probably like one of the best made mobile games ever made. So when you first start, you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck.
Looks like you've lost your plane again. Upgrade the new one and find out who's our enemy.
It's like I love the graphics for one. It's like that's this little like 3D. You gotta rescue these dudes. And look, even though I'm super weak, I can still destroy the things in one shot. I'm not like just helpless. Like the tank takes a while, but it's like there's at least enemies you can fight off. The Ikaruga's problem isn't the lack of popcorn enemies. If you rescue all 10 stranded dudes, you get a medal. There's 4 medals you can get. You can get a medal for not getting hit. You can get a medal for rescuing everyone. You can get a medal for destroying 70% of all enemies, and a medal for destroying 100% of all enemies. And what these medals do is they unlock more levels. So it's like when you beat level 1, you're not just handed, if I was stronger, I could destroy that tower. When you beat level 1, you're not just handed level 2, you have to get the medals to unlock it. I think I missed a human looking at the top right. No, I'm awesome at Skyforce. It's like I've beaten games like Butcher and Cuphead and Extermination Force. It's like I've beaten hard games, and I wouldn't even say Ikaruga's hard. It's just tedious as shit.
Weapon upgrade. Weapon upgrade. Weapon upgrade.
So you can see I'm shooting a lot faster now. And these helicopters are pretty dangerous, but it's like, see, I can still take them out even though I have a ship with 0 upgrades.
Nice.
Chain lost.
It's like once you're stronger, you can. It's very easy to get 100% in this. And it's like I missed a dude. I don't even know if I'm gonna get a medal.
You should know why I'm here.
Oh my! Clip the frickin'. I feel like I'm not getting hit. I'm moving so fast. It feels like it's hard to. You still get all your stars if you die, which is very nice. No one cool plays Ikaru. That's a misconception. So I like also this, you can pick the boss apart. So if you're having trouble with like a specific gun or something, you just focus on that one first. It's like I love the like I love it's on fire now. It's like I'm like visibly doing damage to it instead of just watching its outline blank. Look, now I'm just like ripping it apart. Like this is sad. This is good feedback. This is what people want out of a game. Then it fucking crashes. So this is what people want out of a shmup.
Not the end of it.
There's flaming debris. That's awesome. And look, I beat the first level with no upgrades. This is not a Euro shmup. This is a well-designed RPG shmup. Oh, I did get a medal. Awesome. Where's the garage? So I unlocked the garage, the hangar. Yeah, I know how the fucking hangar works. I've played both these games and gotten to the last level. Now you can upgrade your health. Well, it wants me to upgrade the cannon. So this is gonna make the cannon stronger and faster. And you want to get, the thing is, if you're really good, you don't have to upgrade your health at all. You can just not get hit. So this is like a secondary cannons, a pair that go on you. This pulls in stars. If you're buying and playing this game, get the magnet as soon as possible. It pulls stars towards you. Missiles, these shoot automatically. Now these are extra weapons, the laser, the energy shield, and the mega bomb that you use with Y, B, and A. The laser, you only get so many shots, and it's this devastating thing that goes across the screen, basically destroys everything. It's awesome in boss fights. Like, you saw how long I had to fight with that boss to kill it. If I had the laser, I could have just like one-shotted her down. Energy shield makes you invincible for so much time. And Mega Bomb is this thing devastating. Now, I actually recommend getting these early. They feel like later ones because to use them, you have to buy like a charge of them at the beginning of the level with your stars. But also when you play, you'll get them for free from those crates on the ground. And it's so cool getting these powerful items for free from crates. Ah, shit. Too short. Yeah, I'll put it in health. Fuck it. And it's like, I'm too weak for 2, but I kind of want to try and pick up all the soldiers in here. This will probably be the last run of the night. But like I said, this is the game that got me into shmups. And this isn't even like the whole game. Like, there's playing cards you will unlock randomly when you play a level, and they're permanent buffs to the game.
Nice.
So one of the cards is like you get 10% extra stars when you beat a level, and that's just for the rest of the game. You have that buff, and it's like, it is so exciting. And they're in these crates, so you always want to break crates.
Human rescue.
And you also find spare plane parts, and I think it takes 7 parts. You'll get like the wing, the body, the cockpit, and you'll unlock other planes that have different capabilities. And when you're rescuing these guys, sometimes there'll be a glowing one, and if you get him safely to the end of the level, you unlock a new pilot that has like his own special ability. Like I think one of the pilots self-repairs the ship. This car is too hard to shoot down.
Human rescued. Human rescued.
Are all those helicopters glowing? Yeah, what the? That's weird.
Weapon upgrade. Human rescued. Weapon upgrade.
Can't even see the second guy here.
Weapon upgrade.
So that top right, that shows you your progress towards the medal. So that one that's marked out, that's 100% hit. So I cannot get the 100% kill rate medal during this run because I've already let some ships fly away. But the one next to it's a 70%, and that's still available. The one to the right is rescue everyone, and the heart one is take no hits.
Chain lost. Weapon upgrade.
And if this is the last dude, I think I rescued everyone. I don't think you even need to beat the level to rescue everyone. Like I said, like once you get powered up, you just smash these early bosses. It's awesome. Alright, so got rid of the turrets. I want to get rid of these wing cannons. Oh. Yep, I could have gotten the no hit if I didn't try to pick up 1 star. But that's kind of the fun of redoing the level. It's like when sometimes you will get a new level, and it's like technically possible to get every medal your first run. Like I've done it before. Now I just shoot the shit out of it. Get right up in its fucking business. Get these stars. And people are like, well, you're just playing the same level over and over. It's like, that's what you're doing in a normal shmup. You have to keep playing the same level over and over to get good at it.
Stage complete.
But this one, you're not dying every single time. You're actually getting better and stronger every time. So look here. Need 2 additional medals to unlock. And look at all these levels. Then there's bonus levels. Like, there's a lot of content here. This is not a short... This is the longest shmup you will ever play. I'm probably going to start playing it again now. I'm going to save my stars. I want to get the magnet as soon as possible. This thing is worth its weight in gold. So that is my presentation on new people that are new or interested in getting shmups on Switch. There's more I could have talked about. If you're curious what shmups I think are the best, this is the comprehensive list. This is every shmup I own. I had to kind of just group this together, but I think it's in a good spot. See Skyforce way up there. So let's I would actually pop this like here. There we go. I'm always adjusting this. Oh, this... yep, that's better. Panzer Dragoon. This goes on sale for $2. This is a 3D shmup. It's not a rail shooter. People don't seem to understand what a rail shooter is. A rail shooter is like Galgun or House of the Dead where you can't move. You're on a rail. This is not a rail shooter. It's a 3D shmup. Like, even down here, these are still good games. And then you get into the Drudges. These are the worst games. That's the worst game. All right, well, thank you, everyone who stopped by, left comments and suggestions. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm going to call it a night. Please be sure that if you enjoyed the stream to like and subscribe. Thank you.